Welcome to the Politics News Wolf US channel. The war between Russia and Ukraine are surprising everyone. The Ukrainian army won't have very important victory today. This victory changed all the balances in. The Ukrainian army has gained a huge superiority over Russia. We have prepared the details of this operation and the latest developments on the battlefield for you. Ukraine and Russia. The Ukrainian army is carrying out very important operations to liberate the regions occupied by Russia. Today, a huge damage was inflicted on Russia in the Luhansk. Ukraine's Luhansk region is on the Russian occupation. The Russian army occupying Luhansk has established a very large ammunition depot here. The weapons in this warehouse were sent to the regions where there were conflicts. According to the Telegram channel of the press service of the Luhansk Regional Military Administration, an ammunition depot of the Russian army exploded in Savatovo in the Luhansk region. It turned out that the Ukrainian military had been secretly monitoring the ammunition depot in this region. For about 2 weeks, the Ukrainian army organized this Operation Van. The ammunition in this warehouse reached its highest. So the Russian army lost a lot of ammunition. Dozens of soldiers carrying weapons to the military base were also killed in this operation. As a result of this operation, Russia suffered a huge defeat. The Russian army's trying to send new ammunition to the region, but Russia's stockpile of weapons is almost completely deflated. The Russian army no longer has enough weapons and equipment to conduct operations. This ammunition depot explosion in Savatovo was not the Ukrainian army has been conducting operations against Russian ammunition depot since the beginning of the war. These operations target heavy weapons of the Russian army, especially tanks. Tanks were the most powerful equipment of the Russian army. The UV army was very successful in destroying these tanks. In total 3,041 Washington tanks have been destroyed since the beginning. It is not known exactly how many tanks the Russian army has in stock, but everyone knows that Russia is no longer able to conduct ground operations. The Russian army, which did not have enough tanks to conduct ground operations, tried to find new solutions. Putin made a very interesting plan in this regard. The Russian army doubted it could win this war with the kamikazes. It bowed from I. However, the Ukrainian Air Force is conducting very successful operations against these drones. Russia has paid around millions of dollars to buy these drones, but these drones have been useless. Russia cannot find any solution to continue the war. Ukrainian President P.J. Zelensky made a very important statements on this issue. Zelensky announced that the Ukrainian army managed to destroy 89 drones in the last 2. Zelensky continued his speech as follows: "This number may increase in the near future because the Knights can be quite active these weeks." The Ukrainian Defense Ministry also made a statement about Russia's down drones. According to the statement made by the Ukrainian Defense Ministry, a total of 1,844 drones of the Russian army have been shut down since the beginning of. The Ukrainian army is very lucky with drones. Most of the Ukrainian army's drones are Director brand drones manufactured in Turkey. These vehicles can fly at very high altitudes and carry very effective missile systems. The missiles carried by these drones can be controlled by artificial intelligence programs. In these operations, the drones destroy hundreds of targets with pinpoint. These drones used by the Ukrainian army have become Putin's biggest nightmare. On the other hand, the cameras of these drones are also changing the course of the war. The Ukrainian army secretly monitors all the movements of Russian soldiers with drone cameras. All the war plans of Russian soldiers are deciphered. The ARDFA systems used by the Russian army cannot detect these. BAR drones manage to evade radar systems. This leaves Russia completely helpless. The camera systems of the drones have another great contribution. The Ukrainian ministry uses these cameras to record footage of all operations. These images are often shared by the Ukrainian Ministry of Defense. Especially the operation images shared on social media attracted a lot of attention. These images, which receive millions of interactions in a short time, reveal the truth thanks to these images. The whole world sees how successful the Ukrainian army is in this war. Disparity of the Ukrainian army in this war is now known to everyone. This is affecting the COR of. When this war started, it was out that Russia will take over Ukraine in a very short time. But the whole world was surprised by the great resistance of the Ukrainian army. The Ukrainian government is using Trump footage to help Western countries understand the truth about this war. Thanks to these images, Western countries have started to send much more aid to Ukraine. The Ukrainian army was able to carry out more successful operations thanks to the new weapons. Drones have completely changed the course of this war. Drones are also allegedly involved in explosions in Russia. In Russia, there were explosions in many regions, especially at NGS military airport. These explosions are thought to have been caused by the operations of Ukrainian drones today, and new operation was carried out. Thousands of Russian soldiers gathered in homes. The soldiers sent to Omsk after Putin's mobilization decision for receiving combat training here while the training was going on. Fires started in the big tents used by the soldiers. Then explosions were heard, one after the other. The weapons and bombs used in the training burnt one after another. The Russian fire brigade struggled for hours to extinguish the fire. According to a statement by the Russian government, the fire was caused by one of the heaters catching fire. But no one believes this explanation by the Russian government, because the Russian government claims that all explosions on the battlefield were accidental. The Kremlin has been proven to be lying about this many times before. Independent journalists from the Russian press have traveled to the arms region to investigate. Russian journalists are focusing on two possible. The first one is that these stands were burnt by drones or special soldiers of Ukrainian intelligence. All allegations in this regard are being investigated. The second possibility is quite strong. It is doubt that the soldiers who were forcibly recruited into the army after Putin's mobilization decision may have secretly started fires and damaged the army. Rebel soldiers in the Russian army have damaged ammunition, TOs many times. It is doubt that this incident may have been the result of a muck. However, there is no concrete data on this issue had. When these claims are finalized as an anchor news, we will tell our followers the fact as quickly as possible. What do you think is the source of this fire? Thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe to our channel to update you with daily information.